I'm Richard KOCI Hernandez. I'm 46 years old. I'm a photographer and a professor at UC Berkeley. Photography to me, it's absolutely magic. I'm not kidding. When I first went into the darkroom, it's actually a shame that people miss this now in photography. To literally see a piece of blank paper and to throw some water over it basically, and then have an image appear. That hooked me right from the beginning. It was absolutely magical. Digital photography was another kind of magic. I mean, to say, oh, all of a sudden I didn't need those things. Now it was zeros and ones, but it would come out on a computer and you could manipulate it on a screen. That was amazing. And now even with iPhones and mobile phones, it's like, I mean, I could shoot this thing on my phone and then share it to the rest of the world in seconds. It's amazing. So to me, photography has always been being part of a magic show, basically. My style and what I practice now is traditional street photography. You're walking down a busy urban street and you look down in the gutter and there's an old photograph that's been run over by 10 taxis and 100 people walked on it and it's kind of ripped and it's old. I have a fascination with men and women in hats. Not baseball caps don't count, newsy hats don't matter. It's really like the fedora. If I see somebody on the street that I would love to have coffee with, they are potentially a subject for me. And the person I'd love to most have coffee with is probably somebody wearing a fedora. When I'm on the street, following these subjects, there's a trick I like to use of going to bus stops and waiting at bus stops, because on the street, people have a personal space that you don't invade. At a bus stop, everything changes. I've always got headphones in. Most of the time I'll put them in, because when you have headphones in, people think you're on a call, you're kind of invisible and people don't pay any attention to you. So it's okay to kind of be there with your phone like this or have your headphones in and kind of be in the position of making a call and then shooting. And you'll see me shooting like that a lot. And I kind of shoot from the heart. It's really just trying to capture the natural moment of the time and not have people be so aware of the camera. There's kind of a flow that I think all photographers get in. And it's that moment where you literally feel like you've left your body, where you don't even know what time is, you don't even know where you've been. And I love that moment, and that's why I keep doing what I do. If this leaf could take a picture, I would shoot with this leaf. I mean, it doesn't matter. So I like to have a bag of tools so that if I need a hammer, I have a hammer. If I need a wrench, I use a wrench. Right now, I'm really stuck on the hammer that is my smartphone. If the battery runs out, I'll pull out my little point and shoot. If that battery runs out or I fill up the card, I'll pull out my analog film camera. But the one I'm really falling on right now is the mobile phone. To me, it's just, I don't think I've ever had a more powerful and kind of freeing tool in my hand in so long. For me, it's like this. It's the camera, it's also the darkroom, it's also the delivery truck, right? It's all these things. I bring my images into an app, any common app will do, and adjust brightness, contrast. And then I'll take it through a couple of apps, something I kind of call app stacking. I've even recently gone to some extremes where I'll do that and then I'll print it out on an inkjet printer and then re-photograph it on my iPhone and bring it in, because then I've kind of round-tripped it. Now it actually is kind of analog and photograph it again, so it really does have a little bit more of an authentic feel. And when I do that, people are always like, what did you do? What did you do? And it's one step removed, right? And so I do bring it into the analog world. So I will print my pictures and then re-photograph them and bring them back. If I had to give myself advice, letter to my younger self, don't listen to anybody else. Don't be afraid, and shoot and practice a lot more. Nothing makes you better than practice and not being afraid of people, not being afraid of what other people think of you or your work. It's just get out there and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot, period. That's what I would tell myself.